Point of View is on. Grab a seat and join our hosts, Kaya Chihambori, Giselle Barbie Royale, Katrina Lee Jones, and Candice Deal. Now welcome the ladies. It's Point of View. Girlfriend. Come on, girl, let's go. Mind, body, and soul. You know how we do.
Hello.
How you doing?
Everybody looking good this morning.
You too, gorgeous. I love the black and white, girl.
Yes. Well, welcome to POV, where we're going to be spilling all of the tea today. We have so many topics we have to get to today, and this is our first one. Michigan GOP calls leading ladies witches. This is not surprising to me because, one, he's a Republican, but I think just hearing the word witches makes me know that he is a Trumplican. Because former President Donald Trump, he used that word over and over and over when he was president. Oh, it's a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt. And this is just rhetoric that they use to describe us. You know, it really is.
Describe women in power.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's what it is. They have a problem with women in power. I'll let one of you all say his name because he doesn't even deserve my breath. So I will let you all say his name. But listen, he needs to go. He is also a board of regent for the University of Michigan. And the president asked him that he needs to resign. And he said he's not going to resign.
Of course.
And he said this, and he said what he said. He said, now I apologize because, he didn't know it was offensive. But you knew it was offensive. And that's that thing that we all do.
Yeah.
Where I'm going to say what I want to say. And then if I have to issue an apology, then I'll issue an apology.
Yes.
But we also need to know that he said that, he said, other than assassination, they will have no other way than to get these women, which he was talking about, the governor, Whitmore, and the attorney general, Dana Nessel. And it's like, you know what? These people are crazy.
Yeah, and they've been after her for a while.
So this to me is just men still think that politics is
a man thing.
A man
Good
thing.
old boy club.
Good. Yes. So
Grand
for
old
him,
party.
Women still aren't even on money.
That part.
yes. But I am so happy with the way the women are responding. They didn't even sit here and say, you know what, you're going to dim my light. This is what you think. We are witches. Okay, fine, we are witches. But look at the coronavirus cases in Michigan. Look at all the things that we have achieved as a women in Michigan. So at the end of the day, resigning or not resigning, this is the person you're dealing with. This is the person you voted in. It is important to vote. Go and vote, because when you vote people who always come and say all these things, it's not, don't be surprised later, because they are showing you their true colors. And when somebody shows you your true colors, believe them.
And you know, the thing about it is they like to say it's freedom of speech, right? So I can say what I want to do, it's freedom of speech. But here's where the problem comes in. When you are giving out a direct threat on a person's life in society, it becomes another level. It's one thing to say, I don't like you, look this way, but when you use the words that assassinate, is to kill. It is to murder. It is to annihilate. So that type of rhetoric in government shouldn't even be allowed. And especially a university president, that means you are divisive against all the women there, black women, women of color, women in power. You have little balls. Because if you can't take a woman in power, then the problem is you, not them. And this is people like this are the people that don't need to be in those positions over other people.
He's on the board of regent for the University of Michigan.
Right.
The president asked him to resign.
Oh, they want
the president asked him to resign, but he said that he wasn't going to. But he is on the board of regent. But then he was at the rally. Let me read what he said. He said, our job is now to soften up those three witches and make sure that we have good candidates to run against them, that they are ready for the burning at the stake.
Mm-hmm.
That is Klansman. That is Klansman talk.
You know,
That's Klansman talk. They don't wear their sheets no more.
No.
That's Klansman talk
It
right
have a
there.
disorder.
Yeah.
It have a wee disorder.
But
Well,
Dana
and so,
Yeah.
speaking of the Klan, a Georgia man recently pulled out a gun on some black real estate agents, suspecting them to be burglars.
What? Look,
He a Klan too. He a Klansman too.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
a nice house, though.
but this just shows you how we are stereotyped as black people. It's like just a self experience with me when I go shopping sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like the people that worked there felt like I was going to steal something or
And they
take
watch
something.
you.
They
Or
did.
like I couldn't afford
And
it.
they follow you everywhere.
Yeah, and it's kind of
watch
like
you.
I didn't get a smile or the impression didn't change until I bought something.
Here's the
That's
problem I have with this
terrible.
story. I've had that experience before, but you know, sometimes when I feel I'm not wanted, I'm not going to spend my money where I'm not wanted. But with this story, here is what's really frustrating. Your house is on the market.
Yep.
Let's start there. So now, unless you put it on the market and say that everybody who comes to my house is to be white and specify, I don't think a black realtor will be there. But you did not specify who you want to be there. The realtor, their realtor and this realtor who goes there,
They approved it.
they communicated and
Yes.
approved and say, you know what, I'm going to do a showing. It's going to be about an hour. I have an entourage. I have cameras. I have this. I have
Yep.
that. You approved it, and the wife was watching them on the ring.
On the ring, yeah.
You know what
On
I
the
mean? So you
camera.
are watching them. At the end of the day, if you feel you don't want to put your house on the market, don't open it up to people.
Yeah.
Your house is on the market. When it's on the market, sometimes you're gonna have 10 realtors come and show people at the same
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
If they
Yeah.
don't communicate, they communicate it. So this is another case where you always feel like our skin is demonized. Our skin, people always look at us and think that we are thieves. What makes you think that I'm in
That
the
I'm a
house? I'm
thief.
here
And
to
it also
steal?
shows how
Yeah.
real estate is systematic too. The systematic
That part.
racism in it.
It
Yeah.
is
And we should
there.
say-
Absolutely.
We should say that he is a chief. He's
Yes.
a fire chief
That's the
too in
bad part.
Alabama.
That's
so
the
let's
bad
not
part.
put that out. Let's put that out there. So he is a person of authority.
And
You
that-
know, and I
doing
think,
that,
like you said,
yeah.
his wife had an issue when she saw all of those people in the ring coming in, and the entourage and the cameras and all this other stuff. Because my thing is, she just should have called. She said she
911.
did call the agent and said, "Hey, they need to
just
leave."
called
911.
And the black girl was like, "You know what?" Her name was Regina Lee, I believe. She said, "We can leave," but she said by the time they had already got started.
Yeah.
And she said they did start packing their stuff up. And that's when the husband came packing the stuff up. And he was very aggressive. Very
Well, you know,
aggressive.
the
Pulled
thing
out a
about
gun.
the thing
pulled
about
out a
it is
gun.
too, a lot of these open
the
houses
lady.
shouldn't even exist anymore, right? 63% of realtors say it's a waste of time. This is sad, but there was also another realtor in Virginia that was beaten almost half to death. You know, the guy came back with a crowbar and just randomly. So these situations are dangerous, black or not. Of course, we're targeted a lot more. And it's funny because you talked about a personal story. Not too long ago, I had to go into a store, and I'm going to call their name.
Okay,
And it's Cartier right here in the mall, and I had to get my ring size. I walked in. They saw a black woman. My husband, it wasn't a problem when he purchased it. They almost locked the store and said I stole it because I didn't have the receipt.
Wow.
But yet, when you pull it up under, you can see his name. So it's another. They just keep on looking at the color of our skin and feeling like I can demonize you
Yeah.
and I can treat you anyway. But little them knows that my money green too.
Yeah.
Of course,
Right?
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
They don't mind getting your money.
Yeah,
They don't
no.
really
They don't
mind
mind
getting
getting
your
our
money.
money. But we should also bring back to that neighbors lied as well.
Absolutely.
The neighbor
It's a
said
white
that-
neighborhood.
The neighbor said that they saw one of the people pull out a rifle.
Always.
And what it was the camera equipment that the person was putting back in
And
the
just
car.
that quick, that person could have lost their life.
Yes.
And it would have
Just
been,
like
and it
that.
would have been justified.
Yes.
It would have
It would've
been justified.
Yes.
It would have been another.
Stand
I
your
am
ground.
so sorry. I was
Absolutely.
fearing for my life.
Yeah. It would've
Because
been
this
stand
is
your
what we are
ground.
doing these days. I will kill you, but because you are a black man, and to me, when I see you, I fear for my life. I'm going to protect. And he said it. He said,
He
I'm
said
so
it.
sorry.
Yeah.
I was fearing for my life because I thought you would.
But he
And
was
said,
the
that's my
aggressor.
camera. I'm not
Yeah.
even aggressive. I'm not in front of your yard.
He
Well,
was the aggressor.
That's true.
Yeah, but he would have said stand your ground.
Yeah. Well, wake up, America,
was the
because
aggressor.
guess what? We are here and we have money now, and well, we've always had money.
We
We've been-
ain't going nowhere.
We've always been rich in money, not just monetary money. We've always been rich and wealthy. So we're here to stay, and so you got to open up these doors for us. Next up, we have What's Brewing. Welcome back. A California family files a claim against the school district over a teacher's racial rant on Zoom. Now, the teacher said, "This is what black people do."
What she mean by that?
No.
Well, first of all, that was brave to do it on Zoom. It's
She thought it was
recorded.
ended.
No. She thought it
over.
was ended.
Yeah,
now
she thought
she
it
had
was done.
told her husband to rant. And you actually left out some details, honey. Let me read what she said. Your son has learned to lie to everybody and make excuses to be a child. She's in the video. Since you have taught him to make excuses that nothing is his fault, this is what black people do.
This is what black people do. She said
And
it
she
twice.
had to reiterate to her husband, he's black, like black, and they are a black family. Listen here, if he's black, of course they are a black family. I have a problem when you choose a career like this.
Yes.
And you cannot, and color is an issue. First of all, this is a magnet school. This child was a smart kid. Let's start there. So he wasn't just a kid who's slow. But after the coronavirus, he kind of could not grasp this online learning.
Absolutely.
So he was a little bit
lot.
slowed down and his grades went down. And a lot of kids went through that because even my child could not do online school
Yeah.
because he couldn't concentrate. And we
Yeah.
know how boys are.
Yeah.
So he wasn't a problem child. Now that he's not a problem child, you are a teacher. You chose this profession. Why don't you go to an all-white school if you feel like black people has excuses? Let's start there. So I have a problem with people who choose careers like this.
Yeah, don't forget the little boy was in 6th grade.
Sixth grade.
And don't forget that his mom saw that his grades were slipping.
Yes.
And she did what she was supposed to do. As any parent, she asked for help. And so this was an after hours thing. And then and mind you, the little boy heard his teacher say all this stuff about him.
Oh,
my
now that.
And to me, and I'm telling people, I have a black boy. And my black boy didn't like when school went out in 2020 and he had to transition over to online. He didn't like it. He didn't like when he was a freshman, he started off being online. He didn't like it then. He goes, "Mom, this is not for me."
Yeah.
No,
And
it's
he
not
did
for
not
everybody.
He
Yeah.
did not like the online thing. And even though he's not very sociable, but he didn't like it. And the thing is, I tell parents all the time, and I know y'all make fun of me, but I tell you, these teachers do things in their subconscious that they don't know that they're doing to our kids, and especially our black boys. They do their best to break their spirit.
Of course.
Yes.
And that's why I tell parents, especially with your boys, be mindful how they come home.
Yeah.
Be mindful of the things that they say. When they say something to you, you need to investigate and you need to figure out what it is, because those teachers give you signs. And my thing is, they fired her. So that's what it needs to be, former teacher, but is she going to get another job somewhere else?
Oh, she is going to get a job.
And it's disheartening, and I don't blame the mom. Listen, y'all had us, we got some post-traumatic stress around here. Yeah, we're going to file a lawsuit against y'all because they should. We need to start hitting them where it hurts.
Yeah.
They pockets.
Of
Yeah.
course.
At some point, listen into a whole session. You don't have to let the teacher know you're there.
Yeah.
Listen to the tone. Listen to how they're speaking to your kids. That's an
they ignore them,
indication
too.
that this is a problem. This is an indication. Someone like this is the type of person that's going to fail your child no matter what they do. This is someone that's going to trigger them in some way. Then we're going to get the call from 911 and we're going to see our little black kids actually escorted out of school in handcuffs.
Of course.
There has to be some, I'm sorry,
No.
there should be some kind of training that says the mental state of teachers. There should be some,
They're conditioned just like we are.
Somewhere.
They're
No, I
conditioned
get that,
too.
but
They
there's
don't
there's
care about
tests.
that.
There's tests, just like police have tests, there's tests that will trigger.
It don't matter about the police having a test.
No, not at all.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
not saying that's a fail.
Girl, it don't matter about the
But I'm
test.
saying there should be some type of analysis that tells you, okay, maybe this is someone who shouldn't be around another human being. You're teaching children.
Especially a
You
child.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're
No,
going to
they
move
treat
forward.
it different.
We're going to move forward. Just recently, Beyonce, the queen bee, her storage unit was broken into and over $1 million in goods were stolen.
What she have in there?
You know, for me, I
say
think
handbags and
I
stuff.
think that this was a inside job. I don't think that it's a coincidence that someone just broke into Beyonce's storage. I think that people that probably worked there, they knew that there were valuables in there, and they did an inside job and had somebody come in and get.
Well, they need to get better locks. That's all. And they say it was her personal stuff. So this was her personal storage. So yeah, she had handbags and things in there. And they need to get better locks. And my whole thing is, girl, you have mansions. Why you got your stuff in storage?
I was thinking the same thing.
I was surprised.
They
about
say
that
that
too.
most of the stuff were her outfits from the production of Black is King. So I think it was a lot of stuff there. And there were also things for her stylist. I don't know how they got mixed up in there. But this is not the first time this has happened in California. I think it happened to Miley Cyrus as well. They
a few
say
years
that
ago.
her storage was broken into. But when hers was broken into, it wasn't just hers targeted. There were other storages that were also broken into at that time. You know, you said it very well yesterday. People are living in very hard times.
Yes.
No jobs, no anything. So I'm not saying that we have to justify this, but this is bound to happen. And like you said, if it's an inside job and the person is working in the front desk and say
Making
this is
$5 an hour.
But those people live there. If you know, if storage units, most storage units, they have apartments, and the manager lives at the facility.
Of course, so they know what's
Inside
going on
job.
because there is no way things can be broken down. And like you said,
Yeah,
I mean,
they
how
live in
many things
mansions.
did you have? You
And
have
that's one of a
houses and
kind.
everything.
Yeah.
And that's one of a kind stuff. So where are you gonna sell it?
Yeah. Well, you can.
Where you gonna?
You live in mansions.
Oh wait, you're right. The Black is King stuff.
Yeah.
Like
You can't sell it.
One of a kind.
I'm not
Donate
gonna
to-
lie. It's gonna be a couple of drag
Where's
queens
the
with
way?
that on in California. Look
Don't,
at-
I mean, just saying, I know we don't want to spend much time, but donate it to a museum. But the thing is, when you are a celebrity like that, just say you just have to be able to. Your houses are so big. Account for all of your merchandise. You can build a whole separate room. You can have something
Oh,
on
a
your
whole
property.
house.
I'm surprised she has
Either
a
way,
storage
Not a
unit.
storage
or you know what?
unit.
Give it to the African American Museum and have them
That's
put it in their
right.
storage because they rotate stuff.
Yeah.
Or sell it or
And
auction it off.
It also takes me to that story
ridiculous.
that we were talking about one time with the Chanel store, and
Oh,
I
in
think
New
that was in
York.
New York.
Woo,
You know,
it was New York and Atlanta.
No,
or
it was
Atlanta.
New York,
It's
and they
Manhattan.
wiped
They
wiped
did.
that Chanel store out.
They did.
And in Atlanta as well. I think these are desperate people.
Desperate
This is stuff of value that they can sell hot on the streets and make a lot of
Listen,
money.
I ain't gonna
for
lie
it.
to you now.
that,
If
yeah,
I was in
I know
Atlanta
that.
and they came, no, I'm serious.
I ain't gonna
though.
lie. I already know what you
I ain't
about
gonna lie
to say.
to you now.
I'm
They
with you
came
on
through
that.
Atlanta and they had them Chanel bags like that, and you know they
We would've all
authentic.
bought one.
Y'all sure would.
And I be
I
like,
was
how
saying,
much
Lord,
is for that bag?
Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah,
we all would
We're not justifying it, but hey.
We don't know where it came from.
Yeah, and just to mention, just recently, a DJ on the radio compared black women's skin tone to toast.
That was a dirty.
Y'all can say
I
his
know we
name,
can't really.
too.
I know we can't really dig
Dive
in it.
into it. I'm not gonna-
dive into it, but I mean, if you think about it, we kind of are like toast. Some people like it light. Some people like it a little brown. Some people
I
like
think
it
it's the
dark.
way he
Shake
said
it up.
it. You know,
He
it's
said
not
it.
about. It's not
But
with
he
me.
said I might get in trouble for this.
Yes.
And he
knows
still
it.
said it.
It's
But
the
he
way
likes
he
black
said
women.
It.
Yeah,
No,
so-
it's
He
the way he
fired
said
now.
it. He said he compared Serena Williams and what's Oprah's best friend?
He said he'll
Gayle
compare.
King
He said he'll
and-
never go to
Right,
Serena
he didn't
Williams
compare.
level, so that means she's too dark.
But my
Well-
question is, why can't he choose what color
Then
he
he said,
likes?
I'm comfortable
'Cause
with
he
Halle
didn't say
Berry.
he didn't say he didn't
Well,
like
as you
black
can,
women.
as you can see, they didn't like this man saying this, but I didn't really have a problem with it because I do feel like we do come in all shades, and toast comes in all shades.
We do.
And
It was
everybody-
wrong.
Everyone,
He shouldn't have said that.
it was the wrong
Giselle.
analogy to use, but everyone has their
didn't know how to
preference.
Well,
but-
as of today, he's been fired. No
Yeah,
job.
no job.
well, we'll be right back.
Bruh,
After this,
man.
we'll have style check. It's time for style check, and we're going to be doing some looks of the day, but it's gonna be by Miss Katrina Lee Jones.
Oh my God, they say my whole name. I think they be around my family a little bit because my family say my whole name.
Because that's how you like it.
Oh, the shade from the other side of the table. But listen, we are going to get in style check today, honey, and we have some looks of the day from some curvy girls. Y'all know I like myself a curvy girl. So we're gonna start out with Miss Amber, and she is doing plus size.
Yeah.
Ivy Park. Plus size.
Come
Ivy
on,
Park.
Ivy Park
Come on.
advertisement.
And,
I live.
Come on, Amber. I don't have
live.
this stuff.
Is she?
Is she? To who?
She did like Giselle said. She hit her man up on DM on Instagram.
I know that's right.
And he is handsome.
I mean,
But
she's
what
a
you
very
say,
cute girl.
Yeah,
I like her.
yeah,
She's
she
one of
is.
my
I love her
favorites.
because she
I
can
love her.
act, she can sing.
And she
And
can
she's
total
gorgeous.
package.
Yeah.
She's
Total
beautiful.
package.
Yeah.
Total
Yeah,
package.
I like
I
that.
like this on her. The colors that Beyonce chose is so flattering to anyone that wears this.
Yeah.
So it looks good.
I like
It
Amber,
looks
but this is a
good.
plus for me. It's just horrible. It's a horrible look.
You know, it's too.
Oh, I
the
love
prints
it.
are too much for you.
I love it.
The prints are too much. The whole ensemble is just giving me a headache. I don't like it.
Oh, girl,
Yeah,
live
I
a
love
little.
it.
Live a little bit.
Live.
Live a little bit.
I'm
I love
leaving.
it.
I love
I
the
love
jacket
it.
she's wearing in the middle, the blue one, but the side pictures, no, I'll pass.
I like
she
it.
looks cute.
It's
She
young.
looks
It's youthful.
preppy.
I like it.
I like
And
it.
she's showing a little skin on that round
It's
body.
not so serious. Like I'm just like I've
Yeah.
said this
This is a
before.
fun print.
Yeah, I've said it before. Like I just love the way
Newspaper.
that fashion is now. We don't have to be so form fitted and hoochie mama and like we can dress
It's
like
not
one of the
about
boys
Hoochie Mama.
and
You
still
know,
be
I
sexy
don't like
too.
Hoochie Mama, but can I
Yeah.
also have my opinion? I don't like it.
Oh, I'm
She
not trying to.
don't like it.
I'm not trying to
We're not
convince you,
trying to
honey.
convince
It's in my closet, not yours.
Okay.
Listen, we're not trying to convince
Next,
you, Uppity.
please.
Nothing.
But we're going to move on to Rihanna. We're not trying to convince Miss Uppity.
Lord
That's what I call
have
her.
mercy.
But we're going to go on.
Okay, I gotta look to the
Rihanna.
back at this one.
In her chunky Shirley
Wait.
jacket over her slip dress. You know, I almost didn't know that this was Rihanna because her hair is different. So I had to kind of look and see what she was.
looks
But I don't
tanned.
particularly like slip dresses, but that's just my opinion. I don't particularly like slip dress, but I do like that jacket.
I like
now,
the shoe.
I would take that jacket for
And
sure.
I like that shoe. I like the shoe. See what Rihanna.
I don't like that
It's I'm not gonna lie. It's hard to judge Rihanna when it comes to fashion because this is somebody that has done it all.
Oh, yeah.
So when she does something, it's intentional. What she
Yeah.
has on
It's
is intentional. It's on purpose. So it's kind of
Yeah,
hard to
she's
say.
satin
Yeah,
down. She got
yeah.
a
Yeah.
satin mask on. She has her satin boots on. Then she has on a silk dress.
I love a silk dress. I think it's so sexy.
I
Dress
like
it
the
up or
jacket.
dress it out. And she looks nice and plump.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the
I like
jacket
her
only.
dress.
The dress,
love
I
the
don't
dress.
like it. The shoes, I don't like them.
I like the shoes.
I love the whole thing, actually.
Yeah,
I like the
yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Messier the better.
It's intentional.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
like about
Messier
it.
the better.
Intentional or not, I hate it. But
Ooh.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Messy, I
somebody-
love it.
Something wrong with her. She woke on the wrong side
Yes,
of the bed.
she
Miss
did.
Uppity
I
today.
said I like the jacket.
Oh,
She said she liked the jacket.
She likes the jacket.
Yes, I
Okay.
will get the jacket.
Okay,
Thank you,
we're going to move
Candy.
on to Miss. We're going to move on to Miss Tracy Ellis Ross.
Kaya, I can actually see you wearing
In
that
the
dress.
jacket. Yeah, I could see that.
I can
Tracy
see you wearing that
Ellis Ross.
dress. You have dresses like that.
I don't know what our Tracy doing. I don't know if she was doing an advertisement. She's giving me
Listen,
off,
dog.
what you call it, butch clean.
This giving me very Candice.
This
This is giving me very Candice.
Listen,
With her hair and stuff like that.
Not the hair,
Like
the
Butch
the
Queen.
fit.
the whole
The
thing.
fit, the
And
fit.
this is why I love my suits. And that messy look. Ding, ding, ding,
Yeah,
ding, ding,
that's-
ding, ding.
this
I love
very-
it. I love
yeah.
it. Sometimes she does confuse me because the hair and all that. But I love this.
Again,
this is
I'm
me.
even
This
afraid
is
to
me.
comment because I
Don't
feel like people are
bother.
going to pounce on me.
Oh,
I hate this. I don't know what she's been doing
this is
lately.
this is the bitter Betty today.
No, I mean, listen, I know your mom's style is different from yours because your mom is always going to be a classic diva, but this
Yes.
is horrendous.
I
Look,
love it.
Mama,
But
is,
she-
I'm sorry.
Let's
Mama
move
is
on,
fashion.
please. Next.
Mama is
I
fashion.
love
Mama
it.
is fashion. This
Yeah.
one is a hot mess.
It's
No, I don't
Love it.
particularly like it either. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know
Those
where.
shoes-
Wanna leave her
It's-
alone.
it's fashion.
Leave her.
That's all.
But Giselle, every time something is sometimes
abstract
left field, right field.
It's fashion.
But when you stand up and see this,
Giselle
it's gonna
say
look
it's fashion.
different.
It ain't always
It's gonna look
fashion.
different.
Really
Thank
It's
you.
gonna look
I
different.
look at the
It's
way
gonna
that
look
it's
different.
made and the fabric and the quality
Girl,
of it.
that don't
It's
make it-
draws my
But
eye.
just because the
and I have to
quality-
say, oh, what's that?
And just because
and,
the
and
quality
I don't have to
is
worry about. I don't
good.
care what you say, but I ain't got to worry
Yeah.
about nobody else walking up in no club or in
Looking
in,
with the same
Because
thing.
it's ugly.
No, because they can't afford
ugly.
it.
And like you say, Katrina, just
Next.
because it's
It doesn't always make
expensive
it
and quite,
fashion.
it doesn't make it fashion. This
I
is
need on it
crazy.
to leave
like it.
it.
No, it doesn't always make it fashion.
All
And
right,
we're gonna
Candace
move
and
on
Giselle.
to Sweetie.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on to Miss Thing over here. Oh, is this fashion?
Oh, that's your
Giselle?
cousin.
That's
No,
cute,
she ain't my
but-
cousin.
Oh, I thought that was Keisha Kayor. Oh,
No,
they-
that's
you know
not-
they be looking. Oh, now that
That's
hair.
But is that fashion though?
Oh well, this give me.
That's everyday.
Yeah, like
That's
it don't
the
give me.
everyday
The
look.
bag is sickening. But yeah, the look. I mean, it's cute. I mean, it's cute.
Oh, it
to-
might be that bag. People might be allergic to that bag.
It's a cute.
Everyday
go-
look? This is
Everyday
It's an
look.
everyday, yeah.
it's
It's
cute.
an everyday crunch.
I mean, for me, I think for a young, youthful person like her, I
Like
think
myself?
it's cute. Yeah, for a youthful person like Giselle who sees fashion in everything, I think that's cute.
Oh, girl.
But for me
the hair is
personally, I
everything.
wouldn't
The
wear that.
shoes.
You know,
The shoes are very
yes,
you.
I love sneakers, but
The shoes.
for a young spirited person, I think that's cute. It's kind of funny. It's kind of
So you could
flirty.
see her in the red Gucci.
Yes.
Like so you think Tracy may?
Oh no! I don't even see her
Oh,
in
you
that
don't even
ugly
see
thing.
her- Okay.
This, yes.
I
This
like
is
it.
cute. I could wear this on
Well,
the
'cause
weekend.
you have your
easily.
denim on today,
Yeah,
too,
Yeah,
like hers.
easily.
And
The
like
hair,
she
I
said,
can't get over the hair.
the hair is
Yeah.
beautiful, but just like she
Easily.
said, she's youthful, and it goes for her and her
Yeah,
age
it's
group and
cute.
everything. So it's good for her to kind of look.
I like
Covered up
I
while
like
she's
what the
shopping.
youngins
But it's not-
are
it's-
doing.
Aren't you?
Is this considered youthful?
No, the ones that are even younger than me,
Oh,
like
okay.
even
In their
like,
20s, in
yeah,
mid-20s and
18, like they're really playing around. They bringing back like the 80s and the 90s
90s.
stuff, but they're giving it a different flair.
They're
and-
daring.
yeah, and I really like it. I like what they're
The
doing with
crop
fashion
tops
now.
are a lot.
Not so much pressure on fashion anymore. Not even like what labels. Like, do you remember like in school, like if you didn't have on a name brand pair of shoes, or
You
if
got
you if
picked
you
on.
if you had
You
on the
remember
off,
Lee?
yeah, if you had on an off-brand pair of shoes or something, the kids would pick on you.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can go on any
Doesn't
website
matter.
and order something that
Yeah.
has no label to it or nothing, but it,
It
has
just
a
need to be
look
styled,
and it will be
stylish.
appreciated.
It's-
I
yeah.
love that about fashion
They're
today.
breaking barriers.
It's
I
true.
agree
Okay.
with that, but everything is not fashion, Giselle.
No,
I
everything
don't
is not
agree with that,
fashion,
Harvey.
but the pressures of fashion is not like these kids now. They'll wear stuff from out of the boutiques. They'll wear a little two-piece and stuff.
Yeah,
And
they
it's
shop
cute.
from Walmart.
yeah, they may have on a pair of Chanel sneakers with it, but I mean,
And high waters.
yeah,
We don't like to do the high waters, but all right. So that's all we have for looks of
that's
the day.
all we have.
No. We're gonna move to fashion tips. We're gonna go quickly to our fashion tips. So Easter is coming up. So you know what? Wear something different on your Zoom. Some people are having church right now. So you know what? Let's not do the old cliche things.
Yeah.
You know, do something different.
Keep
do
the yellow
something.
suits and pink
I could do
suits
that.
for
Let's
next
do
year.
something
Says
dramatic
the
and
person with yellow
edgy.
on.
It'll be
Yeah.
too
It
much.
take-
It'll come
yeah,
out too
it
much
takes
on
the.
you.
It'll start looking like maternity wear.
Like you
Yeah.
said, I
Yeah.
think it'll look
Yeah.
cute on Katrina. Let's move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Because Katrina has both of them. They have small like top areas.
I would do
Yeah,
it with a
too.
different color pants,
Well,
though.
no, I would do the monochromatic. So
I don't
this
like the
Easter,
Yeah.
do something dramatic, do something edgy, and don't always do the norm. And our next
And get a
tip,
matching mask.
oh my God. And our next tip, how to get a summer wardrobe that you can afford. You know what? Just go out and shop in all these little stores where you can get a pair of shoes for maybe $30, a top for $15, get you a swimsuit that you can wear different places with a skirt or on a cover up. You know what? Just go out and have a little fun, but stay within your budget. And that's all we have today for Style Check. We'll be right back.
Well, welcome back, and this is our special edition of Girlfriend's Guide with the one and only Emmy-nominated Flame Monroe.
Hey!
How are you?
Hey, girl.
Thank you for having me on
Excited.
the point of view. Thank you
Yes.
for asking me.
Well, we can't wait to hear your point of view today.
Oh, okay. It's early in the morning, and I'm really trying to find my girl voice right now. But it ain't really, don't really kick in till about noon. So, and I'm still on West Coast time, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's early
If
for
Tyrone
you.
show up and the wig come off and still on the desk, we still good, right?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I'm amongst friends here. Okay?
You are.
Okay, well, we're going to dive right into our first topic. We're going to be talking about trauma bonds and security in relationships. What do you feel about that?
Well, as an entertainer, I need to date someone who's very secure with who they are, because in the nature of the beast of being an entertainer is that you have to meet and greet your fans. They want to hug you, kiss you, take pictures with you, touch you. And if you got somebody that's weak, they're going to be like, oh, you want to sleep with everybody. Usually I am. But I'm just saying. I need somebody who's strong, because no matter what I do on the road, I'm coming home to my partner, my mate.
Exactly.
And I'm like Aretha Franklin. I'm going to pre-warn you. Aretha pre-warned you in the song. Think of me sometimes. If loving you is wrong, then I'm guilty of this crime. But when I'm on the road, I'm going to get what I need. But I'm bringing the money home to you.
Bring the money home.
Because men cheat. And so I think it's allowed that a woman can cheat. And since I am he, she, we, I'm a man and a woman, I get away with both. I'm just saying. Look, let me tell y'all something about this lady right here, y'all. When I first got here, she attacked my boobs. And then turned around and walked away with a donkey, dunk. And I said, girl, why are you talking about my... But this is her dress. I got to be nice, because my dress busted. It was all them Jenkins ribs I had from Jacksonville. Marissa brought me a whole slab of Jenkins ribs from Jacksonville.
Everybody in Jacksonville, you got to get some Jenkins ribs.
I need to get those.
But Candice, how do you feel about trauma in relationships and trauma bonds? I know we were talking earlier about trauma bonds, because I wasn't really clear on it.
Right.
If I have been in a situation like that before, but when you explained it further, I have been in an unhealthy situation like that.
And I think the reality is we've all been in one. And I always say this, loving someone or falling in love with someone is giving them the ability to ruin your life.
I agree.
Because love is such a trusting thing.
Yes, it is.
You can't just give it to anyone, right? So you have people that give their love, but they're giving it to the wrong person. So that's when the trauma starts to set in also. And with trauma bonding is when it's someone that you're in love with, but you can't get away from. So you protect that person even if they're harming you at all costs. And I've been guilty. I've been in a relationship like that, but that's not a relationship that's cohesive. That's not a relationship that you should stay in. You need to get out of Dodge. Leave.
And sometimes, like, I was in a situation, like, if I have to be very honest, I was in I call it a toxic bond.
Yeah.
It's toxic. I was in a situation that I knew was toxic, but the sex was good. And I kept going back.
You keep going back.
It
Going
wasn't
back for the sex.
Yeah, it wasn't so much that I was just so caught up on that person.
Guilty.
The sex. It was the sex for me that made me kept going back to it, and so
I haven't been in that. I haven't been in a relationship like that. So, yeah, and I told y'all, but listen, I'm not a control freak like I used to be, but I haven't been in a relationship like that where it's a cycle as far as abusive.
Yeah.
I dip. I'm like,
Yes,
not
dip.
gonna do it.
I dip, baby. Dip.
Yeah,
dip.
you dip,
I got a whole
I
dip
dip.
phone, baby. Dip. Let me tell you something. I'm not afraid of love. I'm not afraid of a new love. I'm afraid of the old hurt. Love put me in a box one time to where I wanted to kill myself. I just can't deal with it anymore because I have no control over it. Those emotions be all over the place. And there's no pill you could take. You go to sleep when you can sleep. When you wake up, it's sitting right there on the bed waiting on you. It is a pain that I just don't want to experience anymore. And as much as the beauty of love is, when it goes sour,
it goes sour.
It's bad.
That's very true.
That
With
face
me,
again.
it had to take my husband telling me that I am not the guy you were with. I want you to move past it, because sometimes you start treating your partner because you don't trust, your past hurt, like you were saying. And then, sometimes you're very, very, very defensive. When they say something to you, you think of the past, you're like, oh,
Those
men
triggers.
are the same. And some, oh, men are the same. He had to sit down with me. He's like, no, I am not that guy. I want you to love me for me and allow me to love you, because right now you are not allowing me to love you, because you still feel like you're tied to that man. That man damaged you. But let's build this together. So then, only then, that's when I realized that, listen, I've been mistreating this person who is nice to me, who is kind to me. All he wants is to love me, but I'm closed in. He would touch me a certain way, and it will remind me like, oh. He would try to say something, and he said, I'm not that guy. So I had to move past that. And you guys, I've shared with you guys on the show that mine was so bad to the point where you even start asking yourself, am I crazy, or is something
wrong?
You lose yourself. And I remember my father meeting this guy. The first time he met him, he says, oh, honey, this is not a good fella for you. But guess what? I was in love. Like you say, you could not tell me nothing.
Yeah, that's like with me, like I told y'all before. Like, I've honestly been in love one time, and the breakup hurt me so bad. I was like, I don't ever want to feel that again. Like, I've loved people very dearly and very deeply, but like in love is like when you really give a person your all.
Everything.
And you, like you said,
The
you give
ability.
that person the ability to
Guilty.
break you. And ever since then, I'm telling you, I was 21.
You hold back.
And I have not, I don't want,
Dang, that's a long time.
I don't want to feel that feeling again. Like, I do not
So you're
want
gonna,
to.
Well,
you're gonna go through
Well,
life
wait a
and don't
minute,
wanna be
Giselle,
hurt.
because Giselle, you're still very young. You will find another true love in your life. I believe that, and I don't believe that I wouldn't find one, but I just cannot deal with that. It sidetracks my career.
Yeah.
Because I'm a comedian, so my mind needs to be focused when I'm on stage to talk about what I'm talking about. I can't think about who this fool with or what she doing. Or what, and I'm on here trying to make my money because my tongue makes my money. My mind makes my tongue work. So if I'm all discombobulated in the heart, because this, you can say what you want to about this. This right here, when it shook up, don't nothing else work. Don't nothing else work. When the heart is broken, nothing works.
That's true.
Nothing
That's how I was.
And you
I didn't want
can't
to do
even
nothing.
fake it.
You
You
cannot.
cannot.
You can't fake it.
You walk
I can
around
fake it.
mad,
I'm
ain't want to
telling
punch
you.
somebody. Just
I'm telling you, for a good week or two, I didn't leave out of my room. I didn't do anything.
And
I
everyone
didn't
handles
wanna
it differently. It
Yeah.
does. Some people, really do, they cannot take the pain. They don't know
can't.
another place to go, so
Yeah.
they
I can't.
take themselves up out of here. But
Yeah.
it is a pain that only thing that will heal this pain is time.
Yeah.
But when you're
In
in
therapy.
it,
And
but when,
therapy. Hello,
but
can you get some
when you're
therapy?
in it, for real,
start.
you ain't thinking about no time or no damn therapist. You just want to stop punching somebody.
You just want the pain to stop, and
Yeah.
that's when you start to do other things.
Yeah.
And Calgon ain't worked since the 70s. Let me say that. I'll let Calgon take me away. Calgon ain't worked since the 70s. Get you an edible. It works for me. What happened? It might not help you remember, but it'll damn sure help you forget.
Oh my goodness. Facts.
Oh my
Facts.
God.
I had that one now. I had that one, but I believe
What
it.
was your longest
I believe
relationship,
it.
Flame?
Probably 7 years. And
that's
that must be my lucky number because I had 7 years with a man, I had 7 years with a woman.
Oh no, that's your number.
Is that my number?
Yeah.
Well, I'm 777. My birthday is 7/14.
There
so
you go.
777.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're a Cancer.
But yeah, Cancer.
You're a
but
Cancer?
I am. The 14th of July.
Oh, my son is the 17th of July.
Welcome.
Oh,
Yeah.
You got the Cancer side.
Oh, all June, all July.
Cancer.
Yeah,
honey.
July.
July.
Good, because June
Leo's
cancers
over
don't
here.
count. June cancers don't count. Leo's. I
They
got one of
don't.
y'all.
They're another breed.
You
The
can't.
June
You got one of
people-
us. What you mean?
I got a daughter. She's a Leo. August the 20th.
And I know we love. She the best too, ain't she?
Didn't I just tell you what I just tell you off camera about that?
She the best.
What I
She
just
the-
tell you I wanted to do to her off camera.
Don't you do that to that
Oh,
bitch.
oh, now she okay because she a Leo. You see, let me tell y'all something about black women. Let me start right here with all these black women. Black women started all this foolishness. What they always talk about what a man didn't do. Eve was black, if you don't know the history. Eve was black, and God told Eve, don't go over there
Adam
messing
ain't
with
have to
that
listen.
serpent and that apple. Eve was hard-headed, got the roll in her neck and putting her hand all up in God's face, went bit the apple, the serpent put her on her, she went back and put it on Adam, because if Eve was dumb, then Adam was weaker. Because here we go right
You
here.
right, you
Good
right.
God.
was
Eve
weak.
went back and put the foo-fops on Adam. We all been messed up ever since, honey. Both sides of the spectrum.
No, that's true.
Now I know why your heart's so soft, because you're a Cancer. It's hard on the outside, mush on the inside.
Oh no, I'm the meanest. You know what on the planet? Ask Giselle. She'll tell you.
I don't believe it, Giselle.
I don't either.
Is she,
I don't
Giselle?
either.
In her younger days, she was very gangster. I'll say that.
Oh, okay, because I don't believe it now.
Me?
We got this.
I think the kids softened you.
Yes.
Oh, I believe that. I believe my
Absolutely.
children turned my life around.
They did.
And I only wanted
that's
one.
good.
Pullout game just ain't what it used to be. I only wanted one, y'all.
Oh.
I didn't say anything.
But you got
No,
three.
you didn't. You got
Yeah, but I was
three.
playing Chinese rope. Jump in, jump out, jump side to side, jump on, jump in, jump out.
I kept jumping in and kept getting jump out.
I'm the good in the middle. I feel like Sharon Underwood. Ooh, that's a combination of Cheryl Underwood and Sharon Osbourne. I feel like Sharon Underwood.
Yes, girl, that's what you got going on today.
Well, that's all
Hair
we have for our
colors, it
first segment of Girlfriend's Guide. Tune back in for Girlfriend's Guide Part 2 up next. Welcome back, and this is our extended version of Girlfriend's Guide with Emmy-nominated Flame Monroe.
Yes. Welcome back.
I'm having a
again.
good time.
I am as
Listen,
well.
My face hurts.
Yes,
So-
mine too. So we're
such
gonna be
pleasant ladies.
we're gonna be talking about authenticity, misconception of the trans world, the different dynamics of trans women face. Why does trans women fight so hard for identification?
Ooh. Who you asking me?
I mean, I don't
Girl, you know not to ask me no LGBT,
I
ABCD,
know,
LGBT,
I know,
SD
be
questions.
nice.
Because you know I don't never say what they want me to
I
say.
know.
I say how I feel when I speak from my perspective.
and yes, and
But that's what you
important.
should.
That's
That's
right.
People
It's
get their
your point of
feelings in a
view.
bunch. But I just want to say this message to my black transgender sisters. That heterosexual black men create transgendered black women.
Oh,
I just need y'all to remember that.
wow.
Because your daddy is a black man. You're actually his kid. Wasn't disrespectful. I'm letting you allow you to identify as what you want. Because some days I identify as an 18-wheel truck and I will roll your ass over. You need to know that. But you identify as you. But you need to understand that heterosexual black men and black women create transgendered black children to grow up to adults, because we keep seeming to forget that, and that's the only thing I'm saying. Respect who you came from. I did not learn how to be feminine or feminized or girly acting when I'm on stage from a man. I learned from a woman. I'm not being disrespectful. I respect my trans sisters. If you say you're a woman, you identify as a woman, I'm with you 100%. There's nothing wrong with me, because I'm not going to introduce you as my transgender girlfriend. If I meet, we out together in Giselle, I'm not a passable girl. I never have been, and I'm good with that. I'm recognizable. I'm like the Mae West. I'm like Mae West. I'd rather be looked over than overlooked. And they always look at Flame Monroe. So if I'm with Giselle, who's very passable, beautiful woman,
Yes, she
I'm
is.
not going to say, this is my transgender. I'm going to say, this is my girlfriend. This is my girl,
This is my
Giselle.
girlfriend, yeah.
You know, it's not my story to tell
Yeah.
your business. It's your job to tell your story if that's how you feel. But
it.
don't punish me because I live in my whole
Yeah.
authentic truth.
Yeah.
This is who I am. This
that's
is what I
powerful.
present to the world. And when I ain't working, this ain't what I present. I don't know
That's
what
good.
Beyonce was talking about, but I ain't wake up like this. Chanel did this in the back for about 30 minutes. But I hate to be put in such a box, and I hate that you all think that because we identify as transgender under the umbrella, we all this and that.
Yeah.
We
I
are
don't
so
like that
many
either.
labels and
No, that's
levels
good.
Yeah.
and differences and
That's good.
opinions. And what I fight for, Giselle, because me and Giselle had words years ago, because Giselle felt like because I was getting some notoriety, I was put in a position to where I had to have a
Yeah.
responsibility
Yeah.
to speak for the transgender community. And I understood what she was saying, but I was hostile at the time, and I was like, I'm not doing that. So when I did get such a major platform, I did speak the way I spoke. A lot of girls got offended, but what I felt like I have done in between the trans community and the straight world is let down the curtain to say, it's comfortable talking to
That's
Flame,
good.
because Flame knows who Flame is. So it's going to
Yeah.
make it easier for this man, because we're not,
Yeah.
so many women are friends to the trans world, girls.
Yeah.
So many men are afraid to just say, hey, You
This is
cool.
how
You
you
know,
doing.
give me a high five. Because what you're doing in your bedroom has nothing to do
You
with
gonna leave
You
me
as a
hanging?
person.
Oh, no, never.
No, that's
I
good.
feel because D.L. Hughley and Charlamagne the God both told me, Flame, we were afraid for you to come on because we thought you were going to come on combative, argumentative, wanting to argue about LGBT rights. But they was like, you like the homie uncle. I was like, I'm actually more like the auntie. But what it did was it made them so comfortable to talk to me that it would make them comfortable to talk to the next trans girl. If she comes in and not combative, she wants to fight over trans rights and bathroom rights. Let me tell you some of my trans sisters who I want to argue about bathroom rights. If you're not sure what you are, go pee.
But that's where it changes because every trans woman isn't pre-op.
I'm not talking to those. I'm talking to the ones
that are
shaken and not stirred.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, but I for me, one of the misconceptions.
What do you mean pre-op?
Pre-op and
shaken, not
post-op. So some trans women have had the surgery, the gender reassignment surgery, and some haven't.
But if they had the surgery, would we still call them transgender? If she has the
Well,
surgery, why would we call her?
they are still. If you have the surgery, yes, you're still transgender. You're going to be transgender
But you
till you
identify
die.
as
But no,
so.
you're a woman. You are a woman, whether you pre-op or post-op. If
Okay.
that's how you identify, then that's
You
what
feel
it
like
is.
a woman, but your sexual nature is female.
Yeah.
So, and that's the difference that they keep making all these labels. And I'm sorry, like I said on Netflix, it's only
lot.
I don't care what you identify as, but do you want some P or some V? That's it.
So
There
you
is
just like
nothing else.
simplify.
Yeah, you can identify as what you want to, but
that's
it's
all
only
the
two things.
misconceptions. What I was
Some women want both.
Well, you know what? That's
you
what I
go
said.
both ways.
Yeah,
Both
but
is fine.
that's a thing that one thing we share in common. People have misconceptions about trans people. They think that gender identity and sexuality are the same thing, and it's not. Just because I identify as a woman does not mean that I necessarily only like men. We can identify different ways.
I learned that through you.
So I've been in relationships with biological women. I've been in relationships with gay men. I've been in relationships with. I've had relations with
and
straight
that's
men.
powerful because when you
Not
don't
really
know,
like a
when you
relationship.
don't
I have
know,
one.
you automatically think for yourself. But I think with you've educated us so much because I always used to think that, okay, yes, then it's one way.
Yeah,
but
it's not.
I would never have known that.
No,
There's
with-
no
with
way
me, I think
that I would have
having-
known that.
Right.
It's the presentation.
Right.
Because it's what you see.
Right.
So when you see Giselle out with a beautiful man, even if it's a
Right.
trans man, you see a beautiful woman, you see a good looking man,
Right.
you naturally think that he
Right.
is smashing her. What you don't know,
Could be
Hey!
other way around.
Another type of smash.
let us keep drinking that water over there, y'all. This water got something in it. I like it.
It's another smash.
But I think
This
I'm gonna-
ain't H2O.
I'm gonna go a little bit personal if you allow me. I was looking through your Instagram. Of course, we admire you, and I saw a beautiful picture of you and your beautiful children. And I think that's one thing that I admire, that you have been in your children's life.
Yeah.
And you've raised them so well to where, even talking before the
One is
show,
going to
it's
college.
just
Yes.
admirable that,
too.
the way you've raised your children. One of them is going to, to a historically black college. Can you
Yes.
share with us?
That's good.
How
did you end
how
up with-
challenging
But
it
wait,
is.
wait.
Here she
How
go.
did you end up with two seniors though? You got two seniors in high school.
Are
How
they
did
twins?
that happen?
7 months apart.
Oh, you didn't pull out.
So you what?
like you said,
Doing a
jump
thing.
rope.
No lies told. Hey, don't let these boobs fool you. The player is here.
So how have you managed to balance your entertainment life and you
And raise
being
those
such
kids,
a
yeah.
I
great
stepped away.
parent?
I
And is
stepped
there
away.
a co-parent
No,
situation
not at
going
all.
on?
I stepped away from my career because I was heartbroken. Because I had one son with one Tasha and then 2 daughters with another Tasha. Please don't ask me how that happened. I couldn't even plan it. But the second Tasha I had my daughters with was the woman I was in love with. I was in love with this woman. And she just didn't sign up to be a parent. It just was not for her, even 2 babies later. But when she left, I was broken. I was damaged. I was displaced. Pieces of me were everywhere. It takes years to get the pieces back. I don't have all. You never get all the pieces back. You never get all the pieces back. Know that. When you accept that you never get all the pieces back, it's easier to heal yourself. And it just takes time. So I was so broken, and then I was angry, and I was going on stage, and another comedian pulled my coattails and said, "Hey, Flame, you seem so angry," because you don't see yourself when you're standing in it sometimes. Somebody else really has to come and say, "Hey," he pulled my coattails, and I just stepped away from comedy for like 2 years to just take care of my kids and heal me, you know?
Yeah.
And I couldn't even be depressed. Like you said, you didn't come out your room. I had a 3-year-old, a 3.5-year-old, and a 3-month-old. I didn't have time to be depressed. I had to change a pamper or fix a bottle or change the pot or something.
Wow.
So I was,
That's a
which
lot.
saved me because I was responsible for someone besides me.
Yourself.
Because it would have been me. I just went to a black hole and died. Because that's how broken I was. But when you have to do it for somebody else, it motivates you to keep going. And these kids get on my nerves.
Okay, can we shout? But can we shout out where that baby going to school? Please say it. Say it. Where you going?
Well, we can't say it as of yet.
Not yet.
Because we got the acceptance, but we haven't gotten the letter. And you know what black folks, until it's in your hand, you can't count on it. Because they might be watching and change their mind. I'm going to show them like Medea, you better knock it off.
They're not going to change their mind because their president is the bomb.
The president is Glenda. Glenda,
I know
what's
her,
her last name?
Glover.
Glenda,
Dr. Glover.
She called Dr. Grover called us personally last week to invite my
So
son
he
to-
going.
So
go
if
ahead
you know
and
where
say
he's
it.
going, if you know who she's the president of, she's also the president of the AKA, or AKA, i.e. Kamala Harris, vice president.
Yes.
And she called me
We
president.
have
She
our
happens to be a
AKA
fan
right
of mine.
here.
Yes.
She's a fan of yours. Me too. I'm a fan of yours too.
Are you a
Good.
fan of mine?
Yeah, girl.
I got on her dress, y'all. You know I'm a fan because she can fit my size. She's a size 8 like me. Just roll with it. Roll with it.
All right, ladies. That's all we have for today's show. I want you all to remember, at the end of the day, just be who you are. Be your true self. And that's all we have for today's show. See you tomorrow.
It's on you.